YouTube, what it do, it's your boy Al here, and another win today, alright? I'm not no stock guru. You know, if you clicked on this video and, you know, you're trying to make millions overnight, I got a message literally this yesterday. It was, you know, now you're scamming people? There ain't no scamming here. You know, I'm very upfront and very honest with you guys. I tell you guys that this is a long game. This is hard, you know, and this is not going to be an easy journey. If you're clicking this thumbnail and, you know, you're getting into trading, you know, it's a journey. It really is, man. And you're not gonna be a millionaire overnight, but I can tell you one thing. This strategy that I'm showing you each and every day, I make videos daily, man, showing you what I'm doing for my trades, what works out, what doesn't work out. You know, it's like we're learning together. And it works, homie. It works. You know, like I'm not saying it's gonna work every time. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is entertainment. You're just watching me and making a fool out of me, whatever you guys want to do. You know what I mean? Like, you're just watching some fun guy online. You know, that's kind of how you look at it, right? You know, it's all fake, right? That's kind of how we're going to look at it. But if you are here for entertainment purposes and you want to learn how to make money entertainingly, this is for you, if that's even a word. So, number one, this strategy I've been showing you over and over again. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. I have videos of, you know, about my strategy, what I do for my strategy every single morning. I trade New York session. That is how I trade. You can trade anything you want. Again, you don't even have to do this strategy. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to do it, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do. That's it at the end of the day. So what do I do? All right, we're gonna show you again, and we're gonna show you every single day because we're gonna see how often this works out and how often it doesn't. You know, I've been in the market for over a year now, and you know, I've tried multiple strategies. I've learned multiple things. You know, obviously candlesticks is something you're gonna have to learn. Liquidity is something you're gonna have to learn. You know, looking at Asia time zones, Asia candles to see where it was at. You know, at midnight, at 3 a.m. I always do those things. I always look previously to see where it potentially could be going. You know, each market period is different. I think there's a lot of social media people that don't tell you this. You know, that each market is different. Each day is different. Each month is different. There's gonna be some months where, you know, the market just, you know, is extremely volatile. There's some months, dude, like there's been some days where I'm in consolidation for hours, you know, and like that's why I like this strategy personally. And it works for me, that's all. So what I do is I go in the 15-minute interval for if you are new here and you don't know trading yet. Each candlestick is a time zone. So for example, right, if this is right here, right, this green candle from here to here, that's 15 minutes. Why? Because we have it on the 15-minute. You can set it on the 1, 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, day, whatever, right? And all these are really important. Like I said, I'm gonna make more and more videos just kind of like explaining this further, but I wanna show you guys what I did today. That's what this video is about, right? So number one, we have the 15-minute candle at 9:30 a.m. So for anyone new here, what I do is I set the high of that candle, the low of that candle. That way we know a higher high and a lower low as to where the market could potentially be going. You know, and then what I do personally, again, this is for entertainment. You do whatever you want to do. This ain't, you don't have to do my trades. Again, I'm not a guru. You shouldn't be listening to me anyway, right? But what I can say is on the 5-minute, right, what I do is I wait for a closure, all right? I wait for a closure after that 15-minute candlestick, high or low. If it's on the low, obviously we're going down. If it's on the top, obviously we're going up, right? And it gives me a reference as far as like what the market is doing in that 30-40 minute span, right? Because I only trade from 9:30 to 10:30 max. I don't trade after that. I feel like when I trade after that, it just doesn't work out for me. I always lose, and it's just, again, the strategy just works, man. So number one, it closed out. What I tell every single one of my videos, all my supporters, whoever's watching this, what we wait for is we wait for a second candlestick, right? So we see a closure, right? Sometimes what will happen, right, is it will close above that 15-minute high, right? So this is the 15-minute high right there, right? Closed out, this big green candle. Closure is when you see an actual closure on the 5-minute. So for example, this happened at 9:55. So once that 9:55 hit, right, it closed out. That's what closure means. So it closed out, and I waited. I was like, okay, it was kind of moving very up today, so I always make sure that they're not trying to stomp people out by like doing a complete reversal all the way back down and going down, you know, going low for today. So I waited, and I had a feeling again, you're gonna have to develop an edge. You're gonna have to develop some kind of, you know, reference point in your head as to like what's happening, when to get out of a trade, when things aren't going your way, when things are going your way, to let it run. You know, eventually, like, you know, I told you guys I'm planning on going like 2 or 3 contracts. Right now, I only use 1. Personally, I'm being very upfront with you guys. I am comfortable and I'm okay with doing 1 contract, you know, where if I get like, today was a $300 day. That's all I need, homie. You know what I mean? I'm already have my businesses running and stuff. That's all I need. I'm genuinely trying to be so upfront with you guys because want you to understand that like a lot of these guys, oh, I'm making 5K a day, 5K a day and 10K a day. You can do that and you can build your way up, but we don't really need that right off the start. You know what I mean? I've only been doing this for a year. You know what I mean? But I can tell you right now that if you're looking for just like extra money, you know, or like you're looking to quit your 9 to 5, like if you're comfortable, you know, most people don't even make $300 a day. You know, some days you're gonna make $600. Some days, as you guys can go back and see, some days are 1,000. Some days I've made 1,800. Some days I've made 2,000. It's just, it really depends on what happens in the market. You know, you're gonna have to develop what works for you best, and that's what really matters, right? But I'm trying to be upfront to let you guys know it takes time, right? So it comes down, I jumped in at 23, 23, 75, I remember the exact number, because that's where I kind of was getting that edge where I'm like, okay, it's gonna start moving up again. Why? Because it closed out above here. We knew there was a lot of buying power. It didn't look like it was gonna reverse. Honestly, I was watching the 5-minute candles, and personally, I told you guys, sometimes I'll jump in right there and just put my stop loss all the way down here. But because I saw that second candle going red, I knew that it was just gonna go grab a little bit of liquidity, probably at like a small fair value gap, or maybe there wasn't, I don't remember. I think it was a 1-minute fair value gap. I might be wrong. Maybe they just went down a little bit. But at the end of the day, it came flying back up. I got out about right middle of here. If I had held, again, this is what I'm saying, this is where I could perfect, right? Is being able to hold these things for a lot longer. As you guys can see, you don't want to hold too long because it went flying up here. You would have made, I don't know, probably like $1,000, 1,200, 15, I don't know exactly what number it is. Where if you had jumped in right here, if you had jumped in when I did at 723 and you waited all the way until I got up at 767, that's a lot of money. You know, like if for an ordinary, normal human being, that's a lot of fucking money. Excuse my language. Trying to get better on that too. But, it's a lot of money, man. You know what I mean? If you're making $300, $400 a day, you cannot complain, you know, and especially if you're doing that on top of your job or something, and, you know, you continuously work hard on, you know, on prop firms, you know, just building your money up, getting payouts. And again, like, I want you guys to think of this as a long-term. It's not something you go and quit your job. Just do your day job and work on this at the same time. You know, if you guys can take a break at 9:30 a.m. until 10, you know what I mean, and just really give it a shot, you know, 10, 15. And again, don't listen to my strategy, though. My strategy is for entertainment. You guys already know that. Just saying. But almost every single time this works, man. You know, and like, it's not perfection. Nothing ever will be in the market. You know, it's, I guess, the long run of letting your winners run, letting your losers lose. You know, when I see that, like, I'm in a losing trade, like even on, I think it was like some point last week, I got out. You know, it's like there's certain points where, hey, I did it wrong. It didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. One thing I'm trying not to beat myself up over it. And just becoming more and more profitable over time. You know, if you can make $500 a day, that's more than almost anybody in this world is making. You know what I mean? Like, majority of people aren't even making $300 a day. So I'm just saying, like, this is something that can work for you long term. And I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm not here to scam you. That's why I couldn't believe I got that message. Oh, you're scamming me, bro. I'm not even charging you money. I'm sitting here just showing you a damn video so you guys can watch and watch what I'm doing. That's it. There ain't no scamming involved. I'm not those stock gurus online. I never could do that personally. I have Jesus in my heart, and these videos are number one for my journey. Number two, to show you guys how I trade, you know, and eventually if I want to do a group or something, I will, but as of right now, I'm not doing that. I just enjoying my journey and, you know, like I told you guys, I might do a Discord at some point, but I'm not sure, genuinely. I don't know if I want to do that as of yet, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content, daily videos. If you guys have any questions, please put it down in the comments. You know, we can work together on this, build together on this, and we're gonna grind, man. We're gonna grind every single day and better ourselves every single day. That's what this channel is about. Gym, grind, and God. I also have a clothing brand coming that I'm creating right now, all Christian apparel. God, you know, gym, grind, God shirts, women's shirts, men's shirts, everything. So be prepared for that. We got a big thing coming on that, and I will see you guys on the next video.